Hello there, this is Coach Sammy 33. The block 3 poll results are in. Let's take a look at what we have here. Open up a couple of tabs as well. You can see Texas moving up to number 1 in the polls, Georgia moving into the top 3, number 2 on the media, 3 on coaches, Tennessee moving up, Florida as well. LSU dropping to 5. I'm assuming, as it was with me, because of games played or lack thereof. Bama, Clemson, Ole Miss. You start getting your games and you'll move up. So once LSU does get, start getting games in, they'll start to move up in the polls too. Utah dropping Mizzou at 9, Texas Tech, Louisville, and USC in the mix, CU as well. In terms of group of 5, you've got Central Michigan, 16 in the coaches, 17 in the media. Washington State, I was talking about this yesterday. I'm not sure if this is a power conference or a group of 5, so it's a tough team to kind of mix in there. A Northwestern getting into the polls, moving up 19 in the coaches, 22 in the media. Cincinnati as well, undefeated, but see him getting his games in, 22 in the coaches, 23 in the media. Tulane getting some love. NC State getting some love, almost made it in the media poll. Texas A&M getting some love, 25 here, 21 in the media poll. Then some teams of note that were close. Yeah, NC State close, Ohio State close as well, but with them in Oklahoma, it's tough to have them higher because Ohio State's only played one game, OU's only played two. Got Tulane right on the cusp there, a couple points behind Texas A&M. Got Florida Atlantic getting some love, Washington getting some love. I feel that those might have been Washington State ones. I'm not sure on that. Let's see. But if you look at the coaches poll, probably one of my worst ones yet. Because I fall in at 53. I'm 58 points off, which hurts me. But part of it is I had North Carolina in there. I have Washington State, Central Michigan. So some of those group of 5 teams I didn't have at Cincinnati. Cincinnati a little bit higher for me. Probably easier to look at that in the media poll. Farthest off is 157. This is actually the farthest I've been in a while. We had 97 voters, and I finished in the back half. Kind of makes me feel bad. RUNC Hill the closest, 21 points off you used to him. Looking at the media poll, probably be a little easier to check here. But it's closer to the top. So I've got Texas, Tennessee's 3, at Georgia at 5, Oregon and LSU. I did remember to get Ole Miss in there because I messed that up last time. So my top 10 is correct. 11. My top 25 isn't terribly off. You look at when you get to about 17, 18. I have most of I have the teams in there for the most part. I had NC State in there a little higher, Penn State higher, Cincinnati and Texas A&M higher. And I had for Washington State, it's tough for me. Technically, they're a power conference team, I guess. But when you look at them, we always call it the Power Four, which does not include the Pac. But they're also not Group of 5. So I'm always having a tough time of figuring out where to put them. So I have Washington State and Central Michigan at the bottom of my top 25. So trying to kind of figure out where to put those teams. It's hard to know North Carolina has a loss, but when you look at the schedule, more power conference games than both of these teams. So it makes it difficult. Same with NC State. That's why I have them and Cincinnati moving up in my poll. I kind of treat Washington State as a Power 5, Power 5, Group of 5 team. So if you have a loss, I still would consider a Power 5 team above those. It's once you get 2 losses, then we can have a conversation. And to look at my top 25, these are all power conference teams that either A, have a loss or are undefeated. And then as they get a second loss, they're going to drop down, but they're starting from such a high place, it'd be tough for a mid-major to catch up. Kind of how I look at my top 25. So that said, let's look at Florida State. I know we're going to have a Interesting block here. We're sitting at 4-2. In order to get that win goal, we need 2 more wins. Sorry. Home game against Duke, road game against UMass. Games at home has been interesting, we'll just say. Coming down to the last drive, coming fresh off a loss to Clemson. So we'll see how the team responds before we get into the hellacious part of the schedule, which would be Miami at home, North Carolina on the road, no game at home, and then the double bye. So looking at the team sheet, you can see our strength of schedule sits at 44. As I said earlier, as Clemson starts to get games played, they're going to move up because they're going to play well. You see they're 11th in the Massey. Our offense is ranked 35. We've played 47. Defense 44, played 56s. Total opponent win percentage is slightly under 50%. That probably will change though, because Duke is winless, as is UMass, which is why we really need to win those games right now. They're both Q4 in terms of the quad. Quad 1, we're 1-1. That other win is Boston College. They sit at 27. Quad 2, we're 2-0. That would be Boise and SMU. Stole that game. Quad 3 loss is Georgia Tech. And then quad 4 is Cal. So 2 Q4 games coming up, and then likely at least 4. I think Miami probably moves up to 4 Q1 games. Top 10, no one yet. Top 50 we're 0-1. Top 25 we're 0-1. Top 50 we're 2-1. Unranked 4-1. 0-1 against Clemson for rank. Power 4, 3-2. Q5 1-0. You can see our home field advantage is 9-6. Pretty much irrelevant. On the road we're 3-1. The bonus points will definitely help out. And then you can see Massey, Clemson, the best team we played so far, but you've got Notre Dame at 6. We'll see how Florida looks as they move forward. Same with Miami, and then North Carolina. This next, the 5th block is going to be very interesting. Miami and North Carolina. And then offense, defense. You can see Clemson up there in offense, as was BC. North Carolina coming, and then defense. Got North Carolina and Florida. Notre Dame and Florida up there. Clemson was 34, but I expect that to improve. So we'll see how things look, but excited for this 4th block, because this block hopefully can get us closer, aka get us to being ranked in, or ranked, sorry, not ranked, but hopefully get us our win goal. Looking at the coach contract, you can see everything is done. Polls are done. And then if you look at, we'll see participation when we get there. Remember, Florida State's an 85, so I have to get to an 85. The win goal is 5.5. Got 4, so I just need to find 2 more wins. To be honest, it would be in our best bet to get it this block, because if not, we're gonna have some trouble. Because do I think we go 0-4 to end the season? Probably not. But if we go 1-1 and then have to win a game, I just feel the extra stress probably doesn't help. We'll see what we can do. You see, in terms of bonus points, there is some potential, because if we do win these 2 games, that means anything else is extra, because we'll be bowl eligible. Any other wins would contribute to beating ranked, while ranked or unranked, probably unranked, and wins over win goal. So road wins. We have wins at Boston College, at Boise, at Cal. So that's 6 bonus points right there. We did not beat Clemson, so we do not get those rivalry points, but we get 8 points if we get this done, and then winning off 4 conference games. Let's see. 1 against Boston College, 2 against Cal, 3 against SMU. So in order to meet this, I just need to win 1 more conference game. So that Duke game, if we can beat Duke, we get our 4th conference win, and that qualifies us for a bowl. It will lock up these. And then we're just trying to get bonus points to chase the potential losses to Florida and Miami. So far we've got 6. and then we'll see in terms of wins and or rank wins if we could score any of those, and then a bowl game, just qualifying for one gets a score. If we win, that gets a 6. So we'll see how that goes.